can we measure if alignment is actually improving our brain's performance? This is something I've been feeling and telling a lot of people about, how being in alignment is improving my productivity, my resilience, decision-making, and so much more. How this is helping me also attract opportunities, whether it's for me personally or for the business. But for myself and everyone around, it feels like just a feeling. I'm someone who loves the data. I'm someone who loves the science behind this. So I'm going to get my brain scanned because I want to figure out if alignment is just a feeling or if it actually rewires your brain the way neuroplasticity talks about. And I want to see if it is impacting my planning, execution, performance, decision-making, everything to really help my business transform. You want to figure out? Let's find out. I'm on my way right now to do something a bit unusual for a leader. It's called a QEEG brain scan. It's also called mind mapping, and it's a non-invasive way to read your brain activity, whether it's your focus, your emotions, your levels of stress, and much more. The reason I'm doing it is in business, we measure everything. We measure revenue, KPIs, performance dashboards. We also track everything about our body, whether it's fitness, sleep, heart rate, but we never measure the one thing that drives it all in business, the mind. And we all know, right? As founders and leaders, our brain is our primary engine for performance, for making the right decisions that won't crash our business. The brain is what leads, is what reacts and creates under pressure. So what I want to do today is simple. If you live in alignment, if you lead consciously, manage your stress, protect your energy, and stay true to who you are, does your brain actually change? I believe it does. I believe neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, is proof that conscious living is not just a philosophy, it's also biology. So today, we're putting that belief to the test. I did the first brain mapping about 9 months ago. And I know I was quite stressed at that time. I was trying to find my way in Dubai while also starting my new business. And over the following 9 months, I really can feel the progress. You know, first of all, my leadership program is working. We were full for the first iteration, and that gave me a confidence boost in the product market fit, right? And also, I saw every participant transform along their journey, which also validated this is the right program for the right people with the right value. So those business wins, they really gave me this mental boost, right? Also, over the past months, I feel I have had a very positive mindset. I've been very intentional about the content I consume, what I learn, and how I act more consciously. To summarize all that, I feel so much more in alignment. I met with Luz Maria Vilagras. She's a well-known therapist and the founder of Positive Living. Luz is a real pioneer in modern therapy. She blends RTT, rapid transformation therapy, with NLP, the neuro-linguistic programming. She's been in Dubai for 28 years, received multiple awards for her work, and built a strong reputation for how deeply she cares about people. Let's hear from Luz herself about how QEEG works and what it can reveal about the mind.
Your body has to respond to stress. Now, how does your brain respond to that? We can see that with neurofeedback.
Yeah,
we can
absolutely.
go into your brain and see in real time how your brain is responding. So we are comparing the speed of the responses of your brain to other people, and we are identifying how is it doing. Are you a neurotypical brain or are you a neurodiverse brain? And neurofeedback will help us to identify which areas of your brain are operating in the standard, normal, with a nice speed response. Yeah, that's the beauty of QEEG.
Now that we understand what QEEG is and how it can help both you and me, I'm heading in with Shona McGuinness. She's the expert in this technology, and she's the one guiding me through the entire process. We start with a qualitative assessment because she wants to know how I've been feeling lately. This part is important. It helps her connect my feelings and my personal experience with the data we'll see later. So, for example, I told her I'm expecting the test to show some fatigue because it's been a busy and a pretty intense week. But overall, I'm sleeping better than I was back in February when I did the first assessment. The test I had to do is pretty simple. Apart from slightly moving my hands or having to do a math exercise, the only thing I had to do was either look down or close my eyes and relax. But to be honest, the funny part is I wasn't able to relax so well. I don't know if that's because of the exhaustion. I don't know if that was because of maybe the performance part, of really wanting to have the data. But yeah, there was always this little voice in my head that was saying, Matt, relax. I still try to relax, but obviously this is a bit of the paradox where it's asking you to relax and actually you can't. We're looking at the results now, and honestly, it's so cool to see your brainwave slowing down as you relax. The geeky part of me is very, very happy. Here's what the data shows. Yes, there's still a lot to improve. I was quite out of the data range compared to other men my age and in my type of work, especially around fatigue, short-term memory, and hypervigilance. And now, for the great news, let's hear directly from Luz.
On a green scale is this sleep, insomnia, rumination, self-talk, lack of it's good, your percentage. If I look at you have 99% improvement. How cool is that?
Let's pause and reflect on what she said. 99% improvement in positive thinking and calming skills compared to my first scan. That's not a small shift, that's a massive one. And honestly, it really matches with how I've been feeling. I've been really intentional about balancing myself these past months, and I've felt way more positive. It's nice to see the data confirming it. These are real behavioral changes with long-term effects. And these improvements ripple into my mental performance too. There's a 100% improvement in decision-making, in planning and execution. And another 51% reduction of distractions, showing a stronger ability to focus on tasks.
The decision-making, execution, wonderful, 100%.
Yeah.
That is fantastic, that is absolutely fantastic. And then again, there is always areas to improve, like the frontal area, I can see here in the front side, access for hypervigilance. Yeah, so all these areas will improve. The purpose of the QEEG is to give us the information in which area should we target to help you through conditioning, through repetition of us putting you in front of the screen, condition your brain to be better and better at calming things, doing one thing at a time.
So one more question, and that's a big one. That's the one I came here for. Is the science showing you that I'm feeling more aligned?
100%. That's the beauty of QEEG and neurofeedback. We are scientifically and in a tangible way looking at your brain. And we are seeing the responses in real time. How cool is that? Yeah. And there is plenty scientific research done in QEEG and neurofeedback. So, yes.
It feels really good to have the data that actually confirms what I have been feeling. I know my brain is calmer. I know I feel clearer, more balanced. And look, it's not perfect. I'm not a monk meditating in the Himalayas. I'm an entrepreneur in Dubai, like 35 degrees right now. There's so much going on, but I'm building something bold from the ground up. That means challenges, that means pressure, that means overthinking, and that's all part of the game. And we're all the same as founders and leaders, right? But the difference is now that I'm really aware, I'm leading with intention, not with reaction. What excites me the most is what's coming next. I want to bring this to the next Align program because I want to measure with more people. I want to validate further that transformation. I want people to not just feel it, to see how leaders evolve when they are living in true alignment. I'll continue documenting experience like this on this channel because I want to spread awareness with you and the other leaders in the world. I'll also continue interviewing experts to help me and you become more conscious leaders. As you can see, this channel is still very small, but the mission is big, to raise the level of consciousness in how we live and lead. So if this resonated with you, your like, your comment, a subscription, that really helps more leaders discover this work. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, awareness is always the first step toward alignment. I hope you have an amazing day.